In the Michelin Porsche Speed Championship are coming to the line. First away, it's 1988 British Hillclimb champion Charles Wardle, back on the hills almost 20 years later in the Porsche 911 RS that he shares with Stuart Whitmore. Cars in this Michelin Porsche Championship are split into horsepower groups, and alongside Wardle in the mid-range 250 horsepower division is Simon Butterworth in his Boxster. Simon's lying second overall in the championship at the moment, and this is a good run which takes the class lead at this stage. But Jeff Archer and the 911 Carrera runs in the same group as Butterworth's Boxster, and it's a 41.81 from Archer, which takes a narrow class win by just 1400ths. Also from the 250 horsepower class is Derek Thomas in the 911. It'll be fourth place for Derek by the narrowest of margins, shaded out by a mere 200ths by co-driver William Thomas. On to the over 250 horsepower class now, and Bob Mortimer, coming to the line now, is on top form this year with his potent 911 RS. After leading the Gerston Down Hillclimb Championship earlier in the season, Baker from Yeovil lost out in the last round, so he'll want to make amends here with a win at Longleat. Over Hope Rise and down the dip into Prospect. This looks like another storming run from Bob. It looks set to take charge of the class as he gets round the left-hander, heads up the hill towards the hairpin. Certainly the quickest climb in the class so far from Bob Mortimer. Leaves the braking really late for the left-hander. The car bounds over the bumps. He turns in and heads for the finish line. He stops the clocks at 38.24, but will that be enough to steer clear of defending Michelin Porsche champion Colin Belton, who'll be up in a few cars' time? Dave Pattison from Lichfield, the man who runs Kerbera Sprint course for the Shenstone Car Club, is next up in his 996. And Dave's sharing the car here today with Nick Taylor, who comes down the hill now into Prospect. Robert Lancaster Gay now in the 964 RS. Up the hill towards the hairpin. It's a hard charge by Lancaster Gay as he's chasing Bob Mortimer's lead time. So it's 38.24 the target as Lancaster Gay comes into the hairpin, gets the power down, but a little too much right foot, gets it out of shape, but he manages to sort it out, but he can forget about that run. And as he finally crosses the line, it's Bob Mortimer that still leads the class. Another competitor from the big car class now, it's Andy Norris who gets away in the 911 Carrera. But he just fails to get into the top six, hit by a mere hundredth by Nick Taylor. So Bob Mortimer still leads, but Graham Howells and his potent 993 RS could challenge for the top spot. Fine effort by Howells that closes to within quarter of a second of the class leader. Laura Wardle now, wife of Charles Wardle, who we saw earlier. As ever, Laura is sharing Jonathan Williamson's rapid 911 Carrera. Last to the line in this big class of Porsches is Colin Belton, the defending champions leading this year's Series 2 in his distinctive 993 RSR. But with several drivers breathing down his neck, he needs a good result here at Longleat's Saturday event, with the final round due to take place at Prescott tomorrow. Time to beat is still Bob Mortimer's 38.84. Let's watch the run. It's another typically quick and neat run from Belton, and yet another class win as he stops the clocks on 38.18.